I want to challenge all of us to look back on your archives, your stories from 30 days ago. What were you posting about? Where was your heart? Where was your mind? I think we'll probably find, maybe food that we were eating, that we posted, the places we were going to, the material we were buying, right? And not just what we were posting, but also the people around us. We were normalizing the pleasures of this world. And yet, this catastrophe came upon us, and we are seeing what's happening to the children of Gaza and the genocide going on. And it has woken up something in us that needed awakening. Now Allah tells us, أَلْهَاكُمُ التَّكَاثُرُ حَتَّى زُرْتُمُ الْمَقَابِرِ, that the plethora of abundance and material and just wealth and just pleasures is going to consume you so much until you visit the graves. And now, because we are seeing death after death, child after child being killed in these bombs, now we are waking up. And now we are saying the things that we were worrying about 30 days ago were so extremely trivial, right? My daily concerns, actually my daily regimen, my routine was so unlike my potential. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is guiding us to a potential that was within us to begin with, that we had buried deep within us to begin with, to be a means of change, to be a means of a voice for somebody who doesn't have a voice right now, to be a means of stopping oppression in any form that I can, in any way that I can. And Allah is calling us to this. So if right now your platform has changed, your stories have changed, your world has changed, then congratulations that your heart is awakened. Congratulations that Allah has shown you a seed of potential within you that maybe was buried deep before. And now you've found it. And now that you have found it, where do you go from here? Where do we go from here? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, إِنَّا فَتَحْنَا لَكَ فَتْحًا مُبِينًا. He promises the believers, and He tells them very matter-of-factly, we have opened, a very clear opening for you. We've made a path that's very clear for you. It's open. And when we think of an opening, we think of, okay, everything's gonna suddenly look on the surface perfect. But actually, when this verse came down, it didn't look okay. It actually looked like it was a negative thing. The circumstances around the believers at the time actually looked like it was not good for them at all. Yet here is Allah affirming to them that this is an opening. Just because you see on the surface things not going right, doesn't mean Allah is not creating a path through that, right? And this is what we focus on. We focus on Allah's capability rather than what my eye sees right now. And this reminds me of a verse where Allah says, وَهُوَ الَّذِي يُنَزِّلُ الْغَيْثَ مِن بَعْدِ مَا قَنَطُوا وَيَنْشُرُ رَحْمَتَهُ. Allah says He is the one who sends the rain after they lost hope for it ever coming. Right? So just because you don't see the hope doesn't mean it's not on the way to you. Right? And then Allah says, وَيَنْشُرُ رَحْمَتَهُ. And He spreads His mercy far and wide where you can't miss it anymore. At that point, you can't miss it. And the question is right now, if Allah promises us for rain and blessing, are we looking for the cloud to see the rain, or are we looking for Him within us? Are we looking for Him wherever we can find Him? Are we seeking Him? Or are we seeking the cloud and trying to find the cloud? Because the reminder is, it's not about the cloud. Because whether the cloud is there or not, Allah can send the rain. The cloud is nothing but a means. So right now, let us not be demoralized when we don't see the clouds, when we don't see the support, when we don't see the things on the physical going in our favor. Allah is still Al-Wali. Allah is still the protector. Allah is still the aid, whether you see that means of aid or not. So what we should be doing more is going inward more, talking to Him more, asking Him more, and then pulled to action. And don't let the physical circumstances deter you from asking Him, because He will make the fatah, He will grant the fatah in a way that we didn't think even was possible. Right? Allah says, وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَمْ يَحْتَسِبْ. That the one who is anchored in Allah, Allah will make the outlet for them in a way they did not even imagine was possible, in a way they least expected. And there will be circumstances where we are put to the test and you are asked, what do you really rely on? When Musa alayhi salam was about to face the Pharaoh, just shortly before, Allah is talking to him about the stick, and he's asking him, what is the stick for? And Musa says, it is for support. I lean on it physically. And then Allah says, Alqiha ya Musa, throw the stick. Get rid of it. Get rid of any support except the support and the anchor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because here is a reminder for each and every one of us that everything else but Allah is just a means of support, not the actual source of support. The only source of support is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator. So the opening will come, and it will come in the way that He knows is best. So the stick is in His hands. It will always be in His hands. And if I'm holding on to the stick, if I'm holding on to the support I think I need to be doing without Him, without reaching out to Him, then I'm limited. Because on my own, a stick cannot split a sea. On my own, a stick cannot do anything more than what I know it to do. But Allah shows Musa throughout his story, there are so many layers of what the stick can do for you through your attachment to your creator. So Allah can show us, and inshallah He will show the people of Gaza the miracles of what can happen when we are all as a collective attached to the source of support. So this is a reminder for us all to know that the victory is not going to come necessarily in numbers, but in hearts attached to Him. So essentially these last 30 days have shown us what our lives should look like. They shouldn't be sucked into this world like maybe they were just 30 days before right now. We should be chasing what really matters. What the people of Gaza are chasing, the only thing that's keeping them going is the fact that they know that the hereafter is real. And the question is, do we know it's real? Are we chasing that? Allah says sometimes that He will put us in positions لِنَعْلَمَ مَنْ يُؤْمِنُ بِالْآخِرَةِ مِمَّنْ هُوَ مِنْهَا فِي شَكٍّ. Sometimes these challenges and atrocities will happen around us to really sift and filter who is really aware that the day of judgment is coming. Who is aware that there's going to be a day of accountability where no one will ever get by with their oppression. Not one single person will get by with the slightest weight of oppression they've ever done. The entire earth will speak. The rubble will speak. Everyone will be accounted for. So the question is, are we living aware that there's that day? Because what am I doing in my life? And you know, when things calm down and people start posting, how are you going to live your life? That is the question to ask. Are you going to go back to Alhaakumut Takathur, to the plethora and the abundance and the daily routines that are so trivial? Are they going to start consuming you again? Because the hope is that Palestine changed you, that Gaza really changed your within, your internal, so that inshallah we will be, inshallah, in the stations of those who also are persevering for His sake. May Allah write us of those people who continually chase what matters and not get sucked into this worldly, fleeting life.